Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. It is a pleasure to welcome you here this morning to a very special Shabbat morning service, at which time Matthew and Ryan will be called to the Torah as B'nai Mitzvah. We are so happy that you are here to share in their accomplishments and all that they have to share together with you, from being a teacher, chanter, and a service leader. So you are in for a rare treat, as we all are. But we want you to all participate. So please make sure you have a prayer book. It is the Mishkan Tefillah. It has the gold flame on the front. And it is our hope that you will follow along. There is Hebrew, but there's also transliteration, and there is English. And we love to hear your voices when we are singing or chanting, and to see you involved in all that is taking place. Well, before Matt and Ryan can take their place here on the bima, they are going to be enwrapped and marked physically as a B'nai Mitzvah with talitot. And they have two extraordinary talises that truly represent the generations, Lador Vador, that will be enwrapping the boys this morning, because these talitot belong to their great-grandfather. Now, if these talises could talk, I am sure they would have an incredible history to share. But what they would actually say is, thank God they are not in a closet collecting dust, but instead they are about to be put around the shoulders of the next generation to be carried forward in order to be used. Religious items aren't meant to be collected, they're meant to be used and worn, and that's what makes these so very special. So Matt, Ryan, I'm going to ask you to take your places in the middle of the bima. It's a pleasure to call forward your grandparents, Barry and Karen, to come forward with two extraordinary talitot. And now with your grandparents with you, please repeat these words. Baruch atah Adonai. Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav. V'tzivanu lehit atef b'tzitzit. And we thank God for the privilege of allowing ourselves to enwrap ourselves in the talit. Mazel tov. Give him a hug.
Welcome to our Shabbat service at Temple Har Shalom. A special welcome to all of those joining us over the live webcast. In preparation for our service, please take note that the sanctuary is an electronic-free space, and we request that you turn off all cell phones. I have worked long and hard to reach this day, and I am grateful for your presence. I hope that you will be attentive, considerate, and will fully participate in our worship.
Like the generations before me, I have prepared to take my place as a bat mitzvah. Today, I participate in my first adult Jewish life cycle event. I am now committed to the mitzvot and the teachings of our tradition. I pray that I may always understand my responsibility as a Jew to show the love to my family, kindness to the world around me, and maintain a connection with my people and her land of Israel.
Together we join in the Shehechianu. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehecheyanu v'kiyamanu v'kiyamanu lazman hazeh. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, creator of the world, who gives us life, sustains us, and enables us to reach this time. Amen. Okay, who's going first? Where's your prayer? And we're going to continue our service now as we open to our morning blessings.
Page 293.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches the earth over the waters.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens our steps.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who clothes the naked.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives strength to the weary.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me in the image of God.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me free.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me a Jew.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who girds Israel with strength.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns Israel with splendor.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah.
Amen.
Adonai our God, make the words of your Torah sweet to us, and to the house of Israel your people, that we and our children may be lovers of your name and students of your Torah. We praise you, O God, teacher of Torah to our people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, hamilamed Torah la'amo Yisrael.
Beautiful. We turn to page 312 and we rise together for the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemir Rabbam Yalmad yivrach yirutzei v'yamlich malchutei v'chai yichon v'yameichon uv'chayei d'chol b'Yisrael Ba'gala uv'izman karim v'yimeru Amen. Yehishmer Rabba mivorach ve'olam ulol ve'olmaya Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitruma ve'yitnaseh ve'yitador ve'yitaleh ve'yitalal shemid kudesha brichu le'ela min karchata v'shirata Tushmichat avid nechemata Da'amirat mi'alma V'yimeru Amen.
We continue on page 313 with the Baruch Hu. Just please.
Yai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai. Barichu et Adonai hamivorach. Baruch Adonai
We turn to page 317, and we're going to read the paragraphs responsively.
O God, inspiration and guide for all, you have spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear, in every land and every age. Your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways. And yet, O God, you are one, unifier of humanity. We give thanks for the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully, we recall the lawgivers and prophets and the psalmists and sages of Israel. And joyfully, we remember that from the dawn of Israel's life, we would turn to you and find purpose. May the teachings of our ancestors live on in our minds, and their passion for righteousness stir our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth. Baruch atah Adonai, haboher ba'amo Yisrael ba'ahava.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivud Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
You may all be seated. We're going to continue on page 319 with the V'ahavta.
Love Adonai your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God.
You turn to page 321.
Sing the song of men and women joining in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished. A gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content. Her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Mi chamocha b'yim Adonai, mi kamocha nidor b'kodesh, nurot hilot usefella, nurot hilot usefella, shira chadasha shivchu geulim, l'shimcha al sfat hayam, yachal kulam hodu, hodu v'michuvi amru, ya papa bim bim bam, ya papa bim bam, ya papa bim bim bam, ya papa bim bam, ay 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 ay, ya papa bim bam, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed.
We continue on page 323 with Tefillah. I'd ask that we rise and remain standing through the entirety of the prayer.
Open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotin v'Imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imot, U'Mevin Geula Livnei Bneihem, L'man Shemo Be'ahava, B'Lechol Zeir Moshia U'Magein, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magin Avraham De'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayi HaKol Atzarov Le'Hushia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morit HaGashem, Mechalkel Chayim B'Chesed, Mechayi HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Rofei Cholim, U'Maitir Surim, Kayim Emunato, B'Shini Yafar, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, U'Mito Melach, Melech Memit U'Mechayeh, U'Matzmiach Yeshua, V'Neman Atah L'Chayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayi HaKol.
Page 326.
Nikadish et Shimcha ba'olam, Keshim Shemati Shimu Tobish Marom, Kakaltu Valion V'Yecha, V'Karazir Zivi Amor, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzivaot, Meluch ha'aretz, Kivodu, Adirinu Adonai, Adonai Batir Shimcha, B'chol ha'aretz, Baruch Kivod Adonai, Bimkomo. Echadu Eloheinu, U'Avinu Malkeinu, U'Moshienu V'Yashvinu, B'Rachamav Le'inei Kol Chai.
To all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
And you may all be seated.
We continue on the top of page 330 with Ritzay.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu, B'amecha Yisrael utfilatam, V'yahava tikabel utilratzon tamid, Avodat Yisrael Amecha, Baruch atah שאותך לבדך בירה נעבוד.
Our prayer of thanksgiving is found on page 332.
For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations. Modim anachnu lach. For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons, modim anachnu lach. For the joy of human life, it wonders and surprises, it hopes and achievements. Modim anachnu lach. For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression. Modim anachnu lach. For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared, modim anachnu lach. For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others will live in dignity and freedom, modim anachnu lach. For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose. Modim anachnu lach. We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimha ulha na'eh lehodot.
We continue on the top of page 334 with Sim Shalom.
Sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom tova uveracha. Yadadadadai, yadadadai, yadadadai, yadadadai. Sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom tova uveracha.
Thank you, Jonah, Greg, and Ian, for singing with me. I appreciate it. They've been to enough B'nai Mitzvah this year so far that they're learning to sing along. Thank you, boys.
Will you please join me as we read on page 336? We sit in community, elbow to elbow, eye to eye, so close perhaps we brush against each other as we move in prayer. Ears filled with the voices of friends, teachers, and fellow travelers who pray with us from the next seat, from across the room. We come to silence, rhythm of words, shared melody, hushed. Connected first one to all, we now let go, to be alone with the Holy One, to speak in mind and heart and soul, but not with lips. The prayers we weave together cannot replace that private conversation. God, our partner, awaits us, one by one, a miracle. And indeed, we've come to that time in our service where we always pause from the written word and instead look within our thoughts and our hearts and our minds. Each week brings new challenges and extra blessings. And this week we were challenged once again as a nation and a community, as there were those who tried to take life out of the violent thoughts of others, and instead of sanctifying life, destroying it. It was a reminder once again of how fragile our lives are, and how whenever there is reason to come together to celebrate, we must make every effort to do so. And for this, I want to thank Matthew and Ryan today, because in a week that has brought such pain, such questioning, and such disillusionment, they bring us together on a Shabbat to remind us that there are many blessings to celebrate. The coming of age, the accepting of responsibility, the support of family and friends, those who come from near and those who come from far. But most importantly, I thank Ryan and Matthew for making this a priority in their lives this year. It didn't always start out that way, but this is an important message for all of us. When you put your mind to something that's important, that you care enough about to study and take from other activities, well, look what you two can accomplish. We are so very proud, and we are also very grateful. We always need something to celebrate, and I can't think of anything better this weekend than to celebrate Matthew and Ryan. We pause for a few moments of our own private gratitude and thanks, as we also pray for the lives and to bring comfort to the families that are hurting so very much this week.
Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Vigoali, Vigoali.
We now turn to that very special part of our service where we're going to take the Torah from the Ark, page 364, and we're going to pass it generation to generation, and then allow Matt and Ryan to carry the Torah throughout the congregation to show you all, in truth, the heaviness and the strength that it takes to carry Torah, to accept it as your own, and then to offer it to others. To open the Ark doors, it's a pleasure to welcome forward Aunt Kimmy and Julia. And now I want to welcome forward parents and all the grandparents to come forward. Stephanie, Rich, Arlene, Ron, Beverly, Lenny, Barry, Karen, and Judy. And to have Ryan and Matt take their places to go receive Torah. Well, I know that Matthew and Ryan are anxious to chant from their Torah portions and begin the celebration of what has brought you all here today. But we have just a few moments for we, the congregation, to fulfill a very important mitzvah, and that is to share a message with both Matt and Ryan. They will share a message with us. They become teachers, but we too need to teach them and leave them with a message of what this day is all about. And for that, we always look to the Torah portion of the day. And they're very fortunate, as are all of you, because we're only in the first book of the Torah. It's the first book known as Bereshit, or the book of Genesis, and it's only the fourth portion, so we can catch you up very, very quickly. There was creation. God didn't like the creation because a brother killed a brother. Cain killed Abel, and God destroyed the world, and we had Noah and the flood. And then, Ryan and Matt, this is where the Torah starts to talk to in your language. God is looking for a team to play on this very special team that will have to give a lot of time, energy, commitment, dedication, and skill to what they want to accomplish. Both of you understand those terms, right? Because you do it in many different phases of your life, particularly, I know, on the ice, right? I know it is an area in which you score many, many goals and give much time and attention to all you can do. But it's really very similar, as the boys have learned, at what Abraham was trying to do in finding a team to help establish this Jewish people, which is where we are in this portion known as Vayera. So too have Matt and Ryan understood what it means to be part of a team. When you're part of a team, you need loyalty, correct? For you, I know you need the proper equipment because you need to protect yourselves. I know you need to practice your skills regularly, right? Otherwise, how could you play? And I know you need good coaches and good teachers because you can't just get up on the ice and make like you know what you're doing, right? And last but not least, you know that the game is not about you, it's about the team. How'd I do so far? Okay. Just checking if I understand the sport just a little. I bring these to their attention because when we first met to discuss this very day, we talked about it in terms of being a team member. And I remember asking both Matt and Ryan, do you want to be part of this precious team known as the Jews? And the way you become a team member is by becoming B'nai Mitzvah and then moving on and committing yourself to even the greater team, the greater community, knowing that each one of us individually keeps our faith alive collectively. I want you to know that they didn't hesitate for a moment, that this was another team they wanted to be on. And what Matt and Ryan have truly taught us today is that you can be a part of many teams. Oftentimes, one team will need you more than another, right? You'll have to put your efforts in other places. And I know these past few months, well, your greatest coach, the cantor, had you spending the most time on this team's preparation, correct? Oh, yeah. And I wonder, what are the two of you going to do with all your free time now? Huh? Practice more, that's what I like. Wow. See, you were coached very well, just right. But Matthew and Ryan, you are two boys that have shared much in life, beginning as womb mates, right? Literally. But you are two very special individuals. But we are so excited to be able to share all of the accomplishments that you've come. My greatest hope is that you will always remain a loyal team member of this team, the Jewish people, that goes back for so many generations, like your Torah portion, like the talesim that you're wearing. How sad it would have been had there not been generations to continue to enwrap themselves. Your sister set the bar just a few years ago. It's hard to imagine that we were celebrating with you, Julia. And now we celebrate with the two of you. All we ask is that you continue to be loyal and active team members, because without you, we will never succeed. We need each and every one of you, and we're so glad that today we can count on you. Yasher Koach, congratulations. And now we're going to read about the team that Abraham puts together. For our first Aliyah, it's a pleasure to welcome forward all of the grandparents, Beverly and Lenny, Barry, Karen, Arlene, Ron, and Judy.
If you'd like to follow along in this morning's Torah portion, you can do so by turning to page 128 in the other large blue book that says the Torah, or Chumash. One, two, three.
Baruch
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan et torato, baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vayakumu misham ha'anashim, vayashkifu al panei Sedom, va'Avraham holech imam l'Shaham. V'Adonai amar hamaseh ani, me'Avraham asher ani oseh. Ve'Avraham hayo yiyeh legoy gadol va'atzum v'nivrachu v'kol goyei haaretz.
Let's sing after.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan Torah emet, v'chayenu lanu b'avatotenu, baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Thank you all so much. Just come around this side. You can congratulate them if you'd like.
Thank you.
Oh, stay right here.
Thank you.
And now, yes, please just stay all right here. Stay right here together. Your honor continues. But it is now time to call forward Julia as she calls her brother forward for this aliyah.
It's written name. No, Raphael, then, okay.
Ya'avod Raphael ben Ruvain Vibrusha Lishvod HaTorah HaBar Mitzvah.
Beautiful.
Baruch et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai habarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Ki yedativ leman asher yitzaveh et banav ve'at beito acharav v'shamru derech Adonai le'asot tzadikah u'mishpat leman havihi Adonai al Avraham et asher deber alav vayomer Adonai ze'akat Sedom va'omara ki rabba v'chatatam ki havda me'od. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chaer olam nata b'tohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And now what a pleasure it is to call forward your parents, Stephanie and Rich.
Baruch et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai habarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Irdana ve'er'e haketzakata haba'ela yasu kala v'imlo eda'a. ויפנו משם האנשים וילכו סדומה ואברהם עודנו עומד לפני אדוני. ויגש אברהם ויאמר האף תזפה צדיק עם רשע.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam notah b'tohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Well, congratulations. Come on.
Oh.
Just wait with us right here. And what a pleasure it is to welcome Julia back. It is always the honor of the eldest sibling to call their sibling to the Torah officially as a bar mitzvah.
Ya'amod Mitziahu ben Ruviah Matityahu ben Ruman Bebrusha Lishvot HaTorah HaBar Mitzvah.
Beautiful. Can you come back next week?
Baruch et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Ulai yesh hamishim hatzadikim b'to ha'ir ha'af tizpeh v'lo tisal makom leman hamishim hatzadikim asher b'chirba halila lecha me'asod kadavar hazeh lechamid tzadik im rasha v'chaya hatzadik karasha halila la hashofeko haaretz lo yaaseh mishpat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Mazel tov. Now you're going to speak to them. 1 second. Yeah. 1 second. We're going to get them both together. Take your blessing out. I'm just going to wrap the Torah. Boys, come face your parents.
I promised Matthew we wouldn't say anything that would make him cry, so we didn't. Okay, so we wrote down a few things that we wish for both of you. Be honest and trustworthy. Be a good friend. Be reliable. Follow through on what you say. Be kind, but don't be a pushover. You can be both. You both have an opportunity to make a real difference in the world and an impact on others as you go through middle school, high school, college, and beyond. Engage your passions and trust your instincts. Be an optimist in this crazy world.
There will be ups and downs, no doubt. That's life. We have taught you to be resilient and not to sweat the small stuff, and you don't. These lessons will serve you well as you move on to adulthood. Someday, not so fast, when you become a husband, a father, and have a profession that you enjoy, you'll look back and realize that through these years you were building character and work ethic and many of the ingredients it takes to lead a full and productive life. We're very proud of you and love you very much. We'll always be here to guide you along the way. Embrace the journey. We love you.
Perfect, right?
It is now time for us to lift and dress the Torah. It's a pleasure to welcome forward Aunt Laura and Aunt Kimmy, and I'd ask everyone to rise, please.
Torah service continues with the chanting or the reading of the Haftorah and the Haftorah blessings. You can be found on page 334. It comes from 1 Kings.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratzah v'devrehem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai Aboher Batorah Uv'Moshe Avdo Uv'Yisrael Amo Uv'Envi'ei Ha'emet V'Tzedek. Baruch atah Adonai.
The Haftorah discusses two miracles performed by the prophet Elisha. The first miracle involved a widow who was heavily in debt, and her creditors were threatening to take her 2 sons as slaves to satisfy the debt. When the prophet asked her what she had in her home, the widow responded that she had nothing but a vial of oil. Elisha told her to gather as many empty containers as possible, borrowing from neighbors and friends as well. She should then pour oil from her vial into the empty containers. She did as commanded, and miraculously, the oil continued to flow until the last empty jug was filled. The woman sold the oil for a handsome profit and had enough money to repay her debts and live comfortably.
The second miracle. Elisha would often pass the city of Shunem, where he would dine and rest at the home of certain hospital couples. This couple even made a special addition to their home, a guest room designed for Elisha's use. When the prophet learned the couple was childless, he blessed the woman that she would give birth to a child in 1 year. And indeed, 1 year later, a son was born to the aged couple. A few years later, the son complained of a headache and died shortly thereafter. The Shunammite woman laid the lifeless body on the bed of Elisha's designated room and quickly summoned the prophet. Elisha hurried to the woman's home and miraculously brought the boy back to life. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sor kol ha'amim sadik b'kol hadarot ha'el ha'ne'emam ha'omer va'oseh hamdeber ukayim shekol devrav emet v'tzedek.
Al HaTorah, Ve'al HaAvodah, Ve'al HaNevi'im, Ve'al Yom HaShabbat Hazeh, Shenatata lanu, Adonai Eloheinu, Likdusha, L'limnuha, Lechavod Utifaret, Al HaKol, Adonai Eloheinu, Anachnu modim la, Imvarhim Ota, Yitbarashim Ha Befi Kol Hai, Tamid Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen.
Continue with returning the Torah to the ark. Please rise.
To open the ark doors, it's a pleasure to welcome forward Aunt Lizzie and Aunt Maddie.
You may be seated.
My Torah portion today is entitled Vayera, and it's from the book of Genesis, which is the first book of the Torah. As my portion begins, Abraham is visited by 3 angels. Abraham welcomes these strangers into his tent, which is a great show of hospitality. Each of these angels was sent from God with a particular task. One angel was to heal Abraham. The second angel was to tell Sarah, Abraham's wife, that she would finally be having a baby. Lastly, the third angel warned Abraham about the destruction of the cities Sodom and Gomorrah, due to the evil there. Abraham argues with God about the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. He argues that God will be killing the righteous along with the wicked. He bargains with God and asks if he will destroy the city if Abraham can find 50 righteous people. God responds that he will not agree to that. Abraham continues to argue many scenarios. What if there are 40 or even 30 or even 10 righteous people? God responds that he will not destroy the whole city if Abraham can find 10 righteous men. However, not even 10 good people could be found. Two angels then leave Sodom and are greeted by a man named Lot. Lot welcomes them into his home and makes them a feast. The men of Sodom surround Lot's house and demanded to see Lot's guests. Lot refuses to let them in. The angels then blind the men so they can't get in. They also warn Lot to leave because God is going to destroy the city. Lot leaves with his unmarried daughters and his wife, while his married daughter and son-in-law refuse to leave. Lot and the others are warned not to look back at the destruction of the city as they escape. But Lot's wife, whose name is not mentioned in the Torah, looks back and is turned into a pillar of salt. Only Lot and his daughters are spared. In studying this portion, I learned about the great kindness that Abraham showed others, even strangers. He hosted many guests, including the 3 men who were really angels. Abraham prepared wonderful food and desserts for these strangers. He also tried to introduce God to others and argued with God to save the people of Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot also showed kindness to strangers and was spared destruction. Abraham teaches us that when we come upon an opportunity to help others, we should do so with a whole lot of heart and make an effort to be kinder than necessary. Abraham went above and beyond to call of duty, and we too should be kinder than necessary in our daily lives. Even if we all tried just one fraction of Abraham's effort, the world would be a kinder place. I want to become a bar mitzvah because it is important for me to carry on the tradition of my ancestors and to study the Torah's important lessons, such as showing kindness and respect to others. Part of showing kindness and respect to others, I helped volunteer at an organization called Buddy Ball. I helped children with special needs play baseball. It was a lot of fun. I realized that volunteering can be fun while allowing others to have fun too. I would like to thank Rabbi Musnitsky and Cantor Berman for their help in preparing me for this day. I would also like to thank my parents and my brother and sister for their support in my studies. I have also created a personal blessing for this occasion. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Blessed are you, O eternal our God, ruler of the universe, who has blessed me with a supportive and loving family with the opportunity to become a bar mitzvah and share this occasion with my brother Matthew. Amen. Thank you.
My Torah portion is named Vayera, which means he appeared, and is from the book of the Torah called Genesis. A lot happens in this portion. Abraham's wife Sarah has a baby, the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah are destroyed, and Abraham is instructed to sacrifice his son Isaac. The portion begins with God sending an angel to check on Abraham and tell Sarah she will have a baby even though she was 90 years old and Abraham was 100. Sarah gives birth to a son named Isaac. Before Sarah had Isaac, Abraham had another son named Ishmael with his handmaid named Hagar. Sarah wants Abraham to have Hagar and Ishmael leave so that Ishmael will not share in Isaac's inheritance. God tells Abraham that it would be okay to send them away because they each will have their own nation. The Torah tells us that God tests Abraham to see if he is a loyal servant. As part of these tests, God instructs Abraham to go to a specific spot in the land of Moriah and sacrifice his son Isaac. While traveling to Moriah, Isaac says to Abraham, "My father." Abraham responds, "Hineni, here I am, my son." Perceptively, Isaac asks where the lamb is for the offering. Abraham responds that God will provide it. When they arrived at the site, Abraham builds an altar and bounds Isaac to the wood on the altar. Abraham stretches out his hand and takes the knife to sacrifice his son Isaac. Right then, the angel of God calls to him and says, "Abraham, Abraham." Abraham responds, "Hineni, here I am." God tells Abraham not to harm his son. Abraham then sees a ram caught in a hedge that God provides for the sacrifice. God tells Abraham that because he has done this and obeyed him, he will give Abraham a great nation, and that he will bless him and multiply his descendants as the stars in heaven and as the sand on the seashore. In studying this portion, I was surprised to learn that Abraham was going to follow God's directions to sacrifice his son. Why would Abraham do something that he did not want to do? Well, Abraham was demonstrating to God that he trusted him and believed in him. For that faith, Abraham was rewarded. I thought about how my Torah portion could relate to modern times, and I thought about how teenagers, such as myself, don't always do what they are asked to do. A teenager may not comply with the request if he is not in the mood or he feels that it is against his nature, just as it was against Abraham's nature to follow God's request. If we allow our moods to rule us, important things may not get done, like helping my parents around the house for homework. It sometimes takes an enormous amount of effort to do what is asked of us, but even though we are not in the mood or it feels like it is against our nature, we must muster the energy to get the job done and do the right thing. We can also keep in mind that we too may be rewarded in the end, like Abraham. So the next time my mom calls me for me to do something, even if I'm not in the mood, I will respond, "Hineni, here I am." While preparing for this special day, I thought about why I want to become a bar mitzvah. Is it something I want, or is it something I'm supposed to do? I've come to realize that it is both. I want to become a bar mitzvah, and I also want to follow in the tradition of those who have come before me. As part of my Jewish studies, I have learned the importance of giving back to the community. For my mitzvah project, I volunteered with an organization in Basking Ridge, New Jersey called Buddy Ball. With this organization, I helped children with special needs play baseball. We had a lot of fun together. I enjoyed helping others and watching them improve and enjoy themselves. This experience made me realize how important it is to be kind. I now make an effort in other parts of my life to be kind to others because it also makes me feel good. I would like to thank Rabbi Musnitsky and Cantor Berman for their helping in preparing me for this day. I would also like to thank my parents and my brother and sister for their support. I would like to share to you a blessing that I have written for this occasion. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Blessed are you, O eternal our God, ruler of the universe, who has blessed me with a loving family and with the determination to become a bar mitzvah and to be able to share this special day with my brother Ryan. Amen. Thank you all for being here.
Well, you both thanked us, and now it's our turn to thank you for allowing us to share this wonderful morning and great simcha, great occasion in your life. You know, we talked about what it means to build a team, and a team also has to have a cheer. And both of you read that cheer and just spoke about it in your Torah portions. And it's that one word, Hineni, here I am. I'm here, I can be counted on. So important is that lesson that we actually read it on every Rosh Hashanah. There are very few Torah portions that we read more than once a year, but your Torah portion, hint, hint, means you can come back and read again on Rosh Hashanah, reminds us that each of us has the ability to make the world a better place by answering, Hineni, here I am. Well, the Cantor and I and your congregational family are so grateful that you said Hineni when we asked about becoming B'nai Mitzvah. And to thank you, well, we have some special gifts for you and a very special man to give them. He's a member of our Board of Trustees, and his name is Rob Cohen.
Mazel tov, Matt and Ryan, and to your parents, Rich and Stephanie, and your sister Julia. Congratulations, everyone here must be very, very proud. It's truly an honor on behalf of the Temple Har Shalom Board of Trustees to be here with both of you and with your family today. I was listening to your speeches, and it reminded me that when I'm asked as a Board of Trustees member to come and volunteer, what I say is, Hineni, I'm going to be here. And I'm here, and then I also heard in your speech that just because you're volunteering, it doesn't mean it can't be fun, it can't be enjoyable. So I want to thank the two of you for letting me sit on the bima and hear you. It's my favorite spot to watch a service. The rabbi knows that. So thank you very much. I've had the pleasure of knowing the entire family since Matt and Ryan were in Mountaintop Preschool. They were a lot smaller then, with my son Jake. And of course, you guys still go to school with Jake. You even convinced him to do ice hockey for a very short period of time. It's an important honor and responsibility to choose to have a bar mitzvah, and I'm glad I could share this mitzvah with you and with the whole family. To recognize this event, you will each receive, even with names, a bar mitzvah certificate, lest you forget you had a bar mitzvah, a glass Kiddush cup made specifically for Temple Har Shalom, a Nifty in Israel 250 bar mitzvah gift certificate redeemable for any of the URJ Youth Israel programs, a book about values and ethics discussed in each weekly Torah portion, and a certificate stating that the Sisterhood and Men's Club have purchased an Israeli bond for you. Congratulations again, and Mazel Tov.
Thank you.
Takes a lot of effort, but it goes by just like that, doesn't it? Well, we're almost at the end of our service, so we're going to return now to our prayer books, page 586. And to open the ark doors, it's a pleasure to welcome forward Aunt Becky, Uncle Nick, and Morgan to come forward. And I'd ask everyone to rise, please.
עלינו לשבח אדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצאי בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, ונגור עלינו ככל המונה. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ויום
May God bless you and keep you. May God shine upon you and be gracious to you. May God grant you a long life with physical, mental, physical, and spiritual well-being, as we all say. Amen. I would ask that we please remain standing for at this time in our service, as we do each and every time we come together as a community. We remember those who are no longer physically present, but who are very much alive within our hearts and within our memories. This Shabbat, we remember the ortsites of Lucille Alter, George Charon, Lena Cohn, Barbara Dickinson, Martin Fiddler, Glenn Gibson, Ida Billy Marks, Leonard Meiselman, and Abraham Winikoff. And we remember 3 who have been taken from our midst in most recent days: Robert Feinstein, Anita Bogus, and Paul Roy Dickinson. Commingled with those of our own families and loved ones, we remember those of the Israel Defense Forces and the American Armed Forces who have given their lives in defense of our nation and our people. And on once again this weekend of terror, we think of those who have lost their lives by those who hate rather than embrace. And last but not least, we remember the yortzeit of Yitzhak Rabin. All those whom we have loved and lost, together we remember as we recite the Kaddish prayer, page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalah u'vizman kariv v'yomru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach v'olam amei amaya, Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha b'rechu, le'olam mimkol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, tamiran v'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehei shalom araba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom v'imromav, v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. We pray that the source of peace will send peace to all of those who mourn and comfort all the bereaved among us, as we all say.
Amen.
Amen. You may be seated. We always end our service with a taste of sweetness and an eat of bounty, and it's a way to wish that Ryan and Matt, your life will be bountiful and sweet and filled with blessings. So come on up, and each of you grab a Kiddush cup, and we're going to invite with you Aunt Joan and Uncle Stephen, Aunt Bonnie and Uncle Ted, and Uncle Joss and Aunt Iris to come forward. And a special mazel tov to all of you in the family. I know you have big celebrations planned. May they be safe and enjoyable, and may they truly enrich your life.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim.
L'chaim, drink up.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom and mazel tov.